Lisa, how would you describe Maggie?
Pure. No, not pure, actually. She's not pure. She's just essentially good, you know? Like, she's such a well-rounded golden girl, you know? She's good at everything apart from, you know, picking boyfriends. She's such a policewoman, you know? She has really found her niche in life. She's feisty and she's spontaneous. She's a bit naughty sometimes too, you know. Like, I really like to play a little element of naughtiness in her sometimes, you know, especially with this character and Tom. But essentially, she's good. I think her core is good, you know.
Is there room for love in her life?
Yeah, I wonder sometimes, you know. I really, maybe that's why she doesn't have successful relationships, and maybe that's why she can't allow this to work, because really, is there room with her career, and her family are cops, so she's got a lot, not to prove, but to be, you know. She really has to be this. It's what she's about. So maybe not.
Will she get her promotion?
Well, she's passed her exams. She's now a senior constable. She's just waiting on the stripes. She doesn't fail a lot, you know, which is good to play a character like that, because I'm hopeless. So it's great because she's just so good, you know.
And Martin, how do you describe PJ?
Capable. Oh, yeah, he thinks he's capable. I mean, far more capable than I am. Because I can be pretty inept, you know. Yeah, he's all right. He's pretty good. I mean, he has his moments. He gets a bit sort of hard line at times, and, you know, his analytical side of him is sort of a bit rules him at times, which, you know, I sometimes read a script and I go, oh, no, I don't want to, you know, you sort of deal with that. He's probably, yeah, he's a little bit outside of the centre and sort of got this, likes to think that he's a bit, you know, got this sort of roguish thing going on, but essentially he's a city guy that never really quite fit in.
So what does cops with heart mean to both of you?
I think it essentially was the phrase that they used at the start of the production on this, because they didn't want to do anything groundbreaking, as Marty said. They just wanted to do something that was a good show, that showed strength and character and quality and, you know, a bit of morality in the whole thing. And I think it just, as an overall umbrella, describes what the show is. And these characters, like kind of like the famous five, they're really good people, and so they're cops with heart. They're not, and cops do have heart, you know. I'll put my hand up and say that, because they do. It's quite...
Does that cover it for you, Martin?
Yeah, I think that the fact is that a lot of them are, you know, I mean, as I said, you know, you don't really see the other side to police. And I think that, you know, that is a side that you can explore in a show, is where you can start to see, you know, coppers dealing with crime and day-to-day things, but also you can see that how they deal with it and how difficult it is, you know. Hi, boss.
He's back.
There's Ring of John Wood here.
So in terms of, I mean, we talked about the show and what works within it. In terms of your personal lives outside the show, has it affected you being, you know, involved with such a high-rating show?
You got to wear disguises a lot.
Do you disguise yourself? I don't believe that.
It doesn't change your life at all, really. I mean,
people don't go near. I mean, people look at me like, oh, look like my
we don't
cousin
encounter the same problems, because if people have any comments about the show, they'll say it, and they'll say, I enjoy the show, or, you know, they'll come up, you know, in an adult fashion, and you don't get chased and you don't go through all the drama, you know.
If Maggie and PJ actually got it together, what do you think the effect would be on the...
Are you talking about bonding, marriage?
Well, you know, whatever.
Well, it's been a long time. I think it'd be pretty explosive.
What would happen to the rest of the people in the Mount Thomas police station?
Oh, they would know about it for sure, I think. I think it's one of those... Even I'd like to watch it, I must say. I would like to see... I've got my ideas how I'd like to see them get together.
Okay, come on.
Oh, no, because they might use them and give it away. But it'll have to just be like a, you know, like an atom bomb.
A brief encounter?
I don't know. They get bagged a lot, I think, if they found out. You know, I think that you know, they get so close and then they back off and they get close and they
Which
back off.
is really nice to play
But
too. It's dynamic, you know, you get a really wonderful sense of dynamic. And Marty and I are both quite insistent that comes out of our police stories. We feel that's the main focus of these two characters. They're both incredibly professional. And that actually is nice when you get hints, you know. Teasing is so good, and they tease, and you come out of a scene that's just titillating. It's so exciting.
I know kindergarten children who handle their love like
You
Well, we're
can't
trying to be
talk,
grown up.
but that's so
And he
what's
always
so
ends up
wonderful
knocking on the
about
door
it.
going, have I interrupted anything?
He interrupts all the time.
No, boss, we're just about
It's like,
to
oh, damn,
fall
we
in
were
love
just
all
about
over
to have a
again.
kiss. And then he walks in the door.
Sorry, boss, I'll get onto that crime right away.
So, Lisa, if Maggie met Martin, not PJ, but Martin, how would she respond to him?
If Maggie met Martin, she would probably...
Oh,
She'd like him. I think if Lisa
What?
met PJ, she'd be like, see you later. But I think as far as Maggie meeting PJ, I think that Maggie meeting Martin,
Yes.
he's wonderful. He's a gentleman. And I can see why millions of Australian women fall in love with him.
Next
'cause he's
question.
Okay, Martin, what about if Martin met Maggie?
It's very confusing.
Martin.
Martin.
Martin. Okay, just let me... Oh, God. Can you make that a little simpler? I don't know. I think that. I mean, the thing is, I
Maggie the
relate.
cop walks
Lisa and I relate because I mean, there's a certain sort of stupidity that we sort of, in terms of humour, that we appreciate, and there's certain silliness that, you know, in Maggie and PJ, there's this sort of, you know, real cop-like grown-up attitude. I mean, I would much prefer to meet Lisa, you know, because that sort of person appeals to me more. I think Maggie's very good at the job and she's very officious and all the rest of it. But I think that, you know, the sense of humour isn't there with Maggie as it is with Lisa. I mean, Lisa's just,
Saying that,
you know, there's a certain...
sense of humour.
No, I didn't mean it.
Don't you start!
Do you ever think about the characters that you play, PJ and Maggie, as role models?
I don't think it's PJ as a role model. I think Maggie is a role model,
As a
and
guy.
probably, you know, Tom is a role model.
I
But
think you'd be surprised, though.
I think that no, I don't see him as a role model as such. Probably Maggie is, you know, to a lot of people.
Look, I think, I mean, as far as a character goes, she has her flaws, but she's really, because she is so professional and ambitious, yeah, I mean, you know, kids just love Maggie, you know, because she's essentially good. You know, the core of her is good, but not in a really lovely way. She's actually quite, I mean, she doesn't, some episodes I'll sit down and watch them and go, my God, I didn't smile once. And, but yeah. Which is a good thing, you know, I think they all are in their own way.
PJ strikes me,
Wait a
an
minute.
audience, as
I can
being a
feel
bit of a
them
city
coming.
bloke,
Oh,
a kind of
good.
like real city guy.
Yeah.
Why is he out in Mount Thomas? What's his attraction?
Oh, he's hiding from a dark past. Apparently,
Dud past.
a dark past.
Did you say
Could be a dud
part?
past. I don't know. He keeps on trying to transfer me.
Are there times where things just don't go to plan?
Constantly.
Constantly,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
like that
Not for you,
question.
John, obviously.
Oh no, all the time. I mean, your life can't go to plan, can it? So stuff like this.
Well, there was that time.
It's very. I mean, look, it's, you know, like it's fairly well regimented. You know what you do in this studio. It's
Mind you, after being in here for 12 hours, after 2 days, you start
you do
laughing
start. Yes, well, you do
a
start
lot.
to get very tired and make really fundamental and silly mistakes.
Spoonerisms at a rate of knots.
Stuff, you know, but I mean, the whole thing of doing a 1 hour weekly TV drama in 2 days, you know, basically we do it in 2 days in here, is that it has to go according to plan. What are you doing?
Your body language is very defensive.
Who's mine?
He is. He's crossing his arms. Sorry, you're in the middle of something good.
So,
That was a memorable
see, now that answer
experience.
didn't go according to plan.
So who do you have an idea about who you think the audience's favourite cop might be?
Oh, no,
Absolutely
that's
no
unfair.
question. Look at it. Look
No,
at it.
I think that's age groups. Don't do that.
this one.
I think it's age groups. Though. I mean, little kids like
you know what the
Maggie.
She's
true
very
test
prickly,
is?
But the
isn't she?
women
The test is
love
the
him.
true test is that the one person they always come and ask you about is that one.
Guys, this is awful.
Oh, no. I have a lot of people come up and ask me about Adam. Damien.
Adam?
It's different.
Damien, yes, remember Damien?
No, it's like-
There you go, there's a
it's
memorable
like-
moment.
Some people love Martin. I think it's very different. I think that different people like different things.
That's amazing, some people do love Martin. I thought only his mother would love him, but there you go. It's amazing, isn't it?
She writes the mail.
Does each of you have a favourite character in the Mount Thomas community?
Oh, Nick, for sure.
Yeah.
Hardest, grumpiest, but lovable
No.
character in the show.
I reckon. Favourite characters? The Mount Thomas community. I think I really like, Clancy. I mean, I think we'd all probably love Clancy a lot.
Keith Purvis is fantastic.
Yeah, he's all right.
And-
Charlie Clark.
Also the extras. We got fantastic extras. We got Jack.
Yeah, Jack and his wife.
Jack Painting.
Yeah.
Fantastic
We
bloke.
got great people come in every week, and they love it. And they never really get a Guernsey in terms of lines, but they come in, week out, and they just add a lot of atmosphere.
What do you think makes the show so popular?
Oh, there's a whole range of things. I mean, I think the initial concept of the show was very, very well done. I mean, I think Tony Morford actually got the character mix right. I think the scripts are basically very good, and the casting of the show was amazingly good. Really, when I wouldn't have said that. Getting the job, I wouldn't have said something like that. But having been in the job for 3 years, I mean, the balance of the casting's very, very good. Of that central cast, it's extraordinary. But I think the characters are very appealing. The fact that it's set in a country town, there's a sort of a nostalgia value about it. People, most Australians sort of think of themselves as bush people and therefore country town people. I mean, the truth is we all live on the coast and aren't. But there's that nostalgia value I think that people of my generation have, and older people, of a time when, they lived in a town or in a place where they could go down to the shops and leave the door open and, everything would be okay. And Mount Thomas, I think, as a place, has that sort of appeal, I think people believe they could go down the shops and leave their door open. Mind you, it has the highest crime rate in Australia, I think, Mount Thomas. I mean, it started off as a very, very lovely little rural area, and now it's, more murders and rapes per square inch than anywhere in Australia.
Do you think that in a show like Blue Hill is set in a place like Mount Thomas, there's actually a kind of sense of community that we're losing out there in the real world?
Well, I think that's one of the big appeals. I mean, I guess you just said more succinctly what I was trying to say. Yeah, that sense of community is it's something that I think we all hanker for. And it is rapidly disappearing in the cities. As our extended families and stuff. And a cast like the cast of Blue Hill is sort of like an extended family in a way, and I think that that actually sort of comes through on the screen. There's a great deal of warmth and affection that actually comes over. I think the fact that we like each other and obviously enjoy what we're doing comes through the screen for some reason. I don't know how it does through all that electronic gear, but it gets there.
What about the idea of cop shows? Because they've always been popular. What do you think attracts people to that genre?
I think, well, for a start, I mean, Tony Morford once said that, a story walks in the door every 5 minutes, which is true. And in real life, we don't live in the sort of dramatic world that the police live in.
Okay, the phrase cops with heart, what does that mean to you?
But well, basically it just means cops who actually care about what they're doing, in my view, like it's cops as members of the community, cops that you can look up to. And I think, I think when I was a kid, the police would basically give you a kick in the bum and send you on your way, and I think that's the sort of attitude that Tom has. You're not allowed to do it anymore. It's not on to do stuff like that. But I think maybe the world would be a better place if it could just be done like that, instead of that being considered as a gross assault. I'm not suggesting for a moment that cops should be free to knock people around, but I think that's one of the appeals of this show, is that our cops don't knock people around.
So if Tom was your local copper, you'd be happy?
I think so, yeah. I think I'd be very happy. Our local coppers are okay.
Last question. No, do you want to go?
No, I was just going to say, playing a copper, you actually develop a relationship with the police that you never have, and you develop a degree of respect for what they have to do. They do an incredibly crappy job, really. Under fairly poor conditions, and they have, we have in many ways ridiculous expectations of their abilities, and but a really simple thing like go and break up a domestic dispute. Now, don't hurt anybody, don't do anything, but then people are trying to kill each other with axes and stuff, so what do you do? We expect an awful lot of them, and especially of young cops, who come out of the academy and, are suddenly thrust into a world of terrible crime and really scummy people. There are some scummy people out there that they have to deal with, and we expect them to take care. They're sort of like our moral guardians, which is, I guess, it's true, but we sort of treat them more like moral garbage collectors, in a sense.
Finally, will Nick get his promotion?
Does he want it? What does he want to be promoted to? He will, eventually. No, not if I live.
Hi, I'm Lisa McCune. Oh, I'm going to do that again. Hi, I'm Lisa McCune.
G'day, I'm Martin. I feel like the two Ronnies.
It's your turn. Hi, I'm Lisa McCune.
And I'm Martin Sacks.
Do I have to? Okay. Hi, I'm Lisa McCune.
And I'm Martin Sacks.
And we'd like to present to you some of our favourite episodes of Blue Heelers.